Here we are. We are going to be doing a bunch of different New York Times word games today because I like the quality of the games they do there, and I pay for their game subscription because I like them so much. So, we're going to start off with a crossword and then work our way through a couple of weirder games and then probably do another crossword at the end. So let's get started. We'll see what we got here because the only way to begin is to do it. Swahili for journey is a tough start. I'm sure we'll be able to figure that out once we get a little bit more going, but from now I don't know. Something a commuter might need to catch would be like the bus, the train, a carpool. Might be a carpool. Let's see if we can check any of the letters of carpool here. Concord in brief. No, I'm not sure about that. Sea urchin to a sushi chef. Sister act, see grid art. Sister act 2? We might need the, because there's a Roman numeral 2 in the middle of the puzzle here, this might be the subtitle for Sister Act 2, but I don't know what that is. Svelte? I don't know. Room in una casa. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with this. We're going to do more of the horizontals and we'll come back to these later because these are throwing me a little bit. Monstrous? Having a hard start here today. The Wednesdays usually aren't that bad. Some Nebraskans who are close to Iowans. I don't really know much about the U.S. states, so that's hard to start. Charge at a state park. Is this like an entry fee? No. Is this... Again, not in the U.S. I'm not sure what the fees there are. Respectfully request... Grandmotherly types, say. Sedative in a zookeeper's dart. We're having a hard time at the start of this puzzle. Condition affecting TV's monk. Is he OCD? He might be OCD. We'll come back to that. Longtime UK record company. Sort. Beams. There's a... We're having a bad time here. The rhetorician. Okay. Scarface. I feel like I should know this one. This is rough. In arrears means like owing. What do we have? One day soon. Lhasa something. I can't remember what the second word there is. Captain Nemo's creator. Like Mercury's orbit around the sun is oval. That one's easy enough. I'm pretty sure the person who invented Captain Nemo is the same author who did Around the World in 80 Days. And I am just forgetting his name, so we'll probably have to get another letter or two, and then we should be able to get that one. What is this? Thousands in a heist. Is it just G's? It might be just G's. Actress Helena the Queen. I don't know that one. Let's keep going here. Eye affliction. Could be a sty. Unable to decide. What do we got here? Go along. Place for a lace could be a shoe. Wad in a wallet could be cash. Historic theater chain. That one I'm not sure about. What do we have here? Divulge. Could be tell, but that would be SST. Oh, it's an assistant. Okay, so T does make sense there. So that's probably tell. Give some juice to. Unspecified amount. Any, maybe? It can't be like some, it's too long. Experiences. Family name on TV's Dallas. No idea. A Promised Land author? No idea. Head block. It's got a question mark on it, so it's probably a joke in some way. Put a new tag on. Cocktail made from gin, vermouth, and Campari. There's some tough ones in here. The Hunger Games protagonist is Katniss, I think. Her last name is Everdeen, I think, which is more letters, so it's probably looking for Katniss. Make smooth. Could be a bunch of words there. Got to experience briefly. Well, that was a pretty rough horizontal set. Let's see if we can get some more going here by going back on the verticals. A paltry amount. A tad, maybe? Chief prosecutors in brief. Is that meant to be like attorney generals? It's almost certainly ending in S. I'm going to put attorney generals in there, but I'm not confident that that's right. A Nightmare on Elm Street. See grid art. I still am not sure what the grid art is telling us here. Prefix with space. What else have we got? Schism could be a rift. Now it's clear, could be I see. Home Alone when we're not sure. Roman love god was probably Eros. Room in una casa. I don't know what that's looking for yet. Svelte is like lithe, but that's one letter too many. We saw Sister Act earlier. Sea urchin to a sushi chef. I think that's like umi, something like that, but I'm not confident with that. We're going to loop back to it once we have a letter. Mamma Mia, here we go again. I'm pretty sure that is the subtitle of Mamma Mia 2. So that is almost certainly what we're looking for here, is the subtitles for the sequels. A rhetorician. Don't know. Scarface. I feel like I should know this one, but I can't place it yet. Helena the Queen, I have no idea. New Orleans University. Prepares to be knighted is Niels. Some heirs. I don't know. Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Something Watching God. No idea. Suffers no damage. Could just be like fine, but the fact there's a G there at the end makes me doubt that. Mid-morning hour. I'm not sure what some of these words are going for. We do have some verticals that we've already placed that should give us a little bit more to work with, though. Tuckered out. Spent. Obviously doesn't fit. Resort near Snowbird. No idea. Supplies with workers. These are hard. Hard to start anyway. I think we'll get a bunch of these once we have a couple of bits to work with. I just remembered. It's Jules Verne. Brain suddenly remembered who the author is. Reply abbreviation. Not sure. It's probably Mel Brooks of film. Legal conclusion. Not sure. Microdosing drug is probably LSD. Back up to the top here. Still not sure what Swahili for journey is. Something a commuter, might need to catch. What do we think is something a commuter might need to catch? Red, can't be red light. The metro, maybe? I'm trying to think of other kinds of public transit. If it's not a bus or a train, could be a metro, but it's not quite enough letters. Or like tram car doesn't seem like it'd fit. Let's come back to that one too. This is probably ogreish. Some Nebraskans who are close to Iowans still no idea. It makes sense that there's a fee in here, but I have no idea what the first part is. It could be a US something fee? I have no idea. Respectfully request. Not sure. Grandmotherly type say. Some tricky ones in here today. Set it up in a Zookeeper's Dart. Longtime UK record company. Sort. Could be like ilk. That makes sense to me. Beams could also be like grin, but because there's an S, this is probably starting with an S. Yeah, Trank would make sense. But oh, it's because it's a Roman love god. I think Eros. Is Eros Greek? QI doesn't make sense either. Maybe it is still Eros. I don't know. We'll come back to that, because I agree. Trank makes sense, but I don't like QI here. What else have we got while we're working our way across this? This one day soon is probably Anon. Although this doesn't make any sense to me. Loyal? Maybe not. Maybe not. Unable to decide. Go along is agree. I still don't know what the historic theater chain is. See, I feel like there's a lot of US references in this puzzle, which is making it tricky for me, being Canadian. Unspecified amount. I'm feeling still any here. This is Helen Mirren, I think. I actually don't know how to spell her name, but I think that's what it is. Let's try any experiences. I'm still not sure what that's looking for. I still don't know the TV's Dallas. Promised Land author, I don't know. The head block. Is it the amygdala? No, it doesn't fit. I don't know why it would be a block either. Put a new tag on is maybe like resell, but it's one letter too short. So this is in New York. The Home Alone 2 is something in New York. Oh, amnesia. Good thinking there, Fuchsia. Fuchsia? You know what I mean. Amnesia is absolutely a head block. Is this Lost in New York? I think it's Lost in New York for Home Alone 2. Still not sure what put a new tag on is, but it's almost certainly re-something. Cocktail made from gin, vermouth, and Campari is maybe like a Bellini? I don't know my cocktails very well, but that makes sense to me. I'm going to put that in maybe text, because I am not confident about that one. What do we have here? Make smooth. Flatten? Could be flatten. That seems good to me. Got to experience briefly is like tried? Let's see. This is probably beat. Let's do some verticals and see that again. Paltry amount here. Still don't have a lot with. Yeah, this could be like Dread something. I don't watch a lot of horror movies, so I don't remember what the Nightmare on Elm Street 2 subtitle is. We don't have a whole lot to work with on a bunch of these. Sister Act 2, I'm not sure yet. Oh, yes, Freddy in... You're right, definitely Freddy. This is probably Safari. This is aerospace. This is a user fee. Beams is probably raise. This is probably orator. Which means I still can't remember what the guy's name in this is. Unable to decide. Could be like tied. What in a wallet? Could be ones. Give some juice to. What is this? Some heirs. I still don't know what some heirs is getting at. Sons, I would assume, is what they're going for. If we put sons in there, does that give us anything? Unable to decide is torn? Give some juice to... Still don't know what that's going for. Is this Capone? I don't think it's Capone, but it sure feels like it. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. We just got a lot of words in this corner. What do we have here then? Their eyes, something watching God. Melt? I have no idea. Suffer no damage. Mid-morning hour, I'm guessing, is 9. Bellini might not be right, though, because this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If we swing over here, what are we looking at on this side again? Still don't know what the resort is. Supplies with workers. These are tricky. Is this like tested, maybe? Legalese. That makes sense. But what are these other bits? I still have no idea what resort near Snowbird means. It was a tough one today. Definitely a tough one today. If we put Eros back in here for now, then we have TS here, and that's almost certainly wrong, following Lost in New York being probably right. Ooh, good one. Relabel does make a lot of sense. Supplies with workers. Probably Mans? Is this Obama? I could believe that's Obama. This is breaking the habit, maybe? Oh, it can't be breaking, because there's only 6 letters in the first one. But the bottom word there is definitely habit. I think this is has, but I'm unsure about that one. We'll come back to it. It might still be anon here. I'm going to put it back in because I don't see a better version of that. And this word could be anything. School names are so hard to try and intuit what they might be, because people call schools all kinds of weird things. If we know it's a movie title, it could be... like, it could be an abbreviation on the first one, so it could be spelled wrong. So the fact that, like, tranquilizer darts, it might be this, but it's like Back in the Habit. Back in the Habit makes sense to me. Can we do anything with that? Respectfully request. If it wants trank like that, I hate that answer. We'll see. We'll see. Something a commuter might need to catch. Late bus? But why late bus? I was thinking bus also, but I don't know why it would be late. And I'm a little struggling here on the Roman love god, because I know Venus is their Aphrodite, but I thought... they had a... Is it just like Amor? That doesn't sound right to me, but it might be. Is this Omahans? Let's just put Amor in here and see if that does it. It might be. Svelte is thin. Oh, last bus? Maybe? Why last, though? So it'd be Sala. This is solicit. I don't know what's going on. I was close. I thought it was Umi, but apparently it's Uni. All right, we're almost there. What is Freddy something LA? Nightmare on Elm Street. Do I know anything about it? What if it's not LA? Hold on a second. What if we've made some fundamental mistakes here, and this are on... Yeah, that's what I was just thinking there, Carnotaurus. Revenge makes sense for a sequel, but it doesn't fit with the others. Is this a Negroni? And... reply abbreviation, I still don't know. This could be Ewing. And were. Is okay. 9. Sleeken? Something's wrong, obviously. We'll have to go figure out what it is. Anything in this corner could still be wrong. And we have a couple of letters that I'm already not confident about. But let's just start from the top here and see if these make sense. Swahili for journey being safari makes sense. Oh, wait, I don't want that to be how we do this. Come on now. I just want to go through them all. I know. I think Sleeken is not very good. This one seems like it's probably wrong, but I just want to check the other words before we get there. Something a commuter might need to catch, the last bus. Monstrous is ogreish. Nebraskans who are close to Iowans. Omahans makes as good sense as anything to me. A user fee for a charge makes sense. Solicit as a way to respectfully request. A doter, someone who dotes. That makes sense. You still like umi for sushi? Yeah, I think it's that. But I don't know what else in here is wrong. Let's just mark this one as an N for now. But leave it as a question mark text. Otherwise an N for now and leave it as a question mark text. A doter makes sense. I kind of hate that this is how we're spelling trank. If this is the answer, that annoys me. But it's definitely not BACQ in the habit. Like, that would be horrible. Condition of activities, monk and brief being OCD makes sense. EMI could absolutely be the answer, but I don't know about that one. Sort as ilk makes sense. Raise as beams makes sense. In arrears is owing. One day soon is anon. Lassa apso, I have no idea what that is. That could be something else. Jules Verne is correct here for Captain Nemo's creator. A sty is an eye affliction. Unable to decide is torn. Go along is agree. Place for a lace is a shoe. Wad in a wallet is ones. Lowe's makes sense to me, even if I don't know it's actually a theater chain. Diverge is tell. Give some juice to his rev. That does make sense. Okay, I actually like that one pretty well. I'm unconfident about apso, but rev definitely feels right to me. Unspecified amount is any. Experiences has, I don't love. I don't love that. What else could this be? I don't know. His doesn't make any sense. Hez, huz, none of those make any sense. This could definitely be wrong, because I have no idea what this is. Ewing is a reasonable name, even if it may not be right. Obama makes sense. Amnesia is pretty solid. Relabel, pretty solid. A Negroni is definitely a cocktail. I just don't know what goes in it. Katniss seems right. Sleekin feels weird. And tested also seems reasonable. So the words I'm the least confident about on that first pass are Omahans, Sleekin, and Loyola. We haven't even done the other verts yet. So if we go back and check those, we might be able to see anything else that feels off. So we'll do a quick path on those. Sue, that does make sense as a paltry amount to me. It's like a single cent, basically. AGs as chief prosecutors, yeah. Freddy's Revenge makes sense. Aerospace makes sense. A schism is a rift. I see, now it's clear, that makes sense. Lost in New York is good for Home Alone 2. The Roman love god being amor makes sense to me. A room in una casa es una sala. We have svelte being thin. Back in the habit makes a lot of sense to me. I think this is uni or umi. I thought it was umi, but it seems to be uni. We'll see. I have no idea what Concord is. SST, I don't know what this is telling us even now. So that's a bit of a pain. Mamma Mia, here we go again. I'm very confident about. That looks good. An orator as a rhetorician makes sense. Capone as Scarface, probably correct. Helen Mirren is almost certainly correct. I still don't know what to do with this New Orleans University. Is there anything else that could be? Because, like... What? What is this? The problem is, I don't know how I would be able to figure it out if it's not Loyola. I don't like it. But, like, this is the problem I was saying earlier with university names, is a lot of them are named weird things. So it makes it kind of hard to be able to intuit what else they might be called if they're not just called, like, University of New Orleans, right? You don't like Is Okay? I think Is Okay is actually pretty good. I I just don't know what this is. I might have to abandon it for now and see if there's anything else, because Loyola could be correct. I just don't know. We also have Niels, which is definitely right. Suns, which makes sense for some airs. Oval, which is definitely the orbit. G's makes sense. Assistant makes sense. Their eyes were watching God makes sense. Suffers no damage to is okay makes sense to me. Mid-morning hour being 9. I like that. Tuckered out is beat. Is this tasted? It was tasted. It wasn't tested, it was tasted. That was a tough Wednesday. Whew. Bit of a struggle on that one. But hey, we got there. It turns out Loyola is in fact the name of the university. It is in fact Omahans, and it is APSO. I don't know if I've ever seen those ones before, but there you go. What a crossword. Jeez. It's all good though. Let's take a little break from crosswords and do something a little bit different. We're going to run through our other New York Times games, and then we'll probably come back and do another crossword from there. So, connections. We got to find our groups of 4 to identify which sets we have here. We've got bunch of different words going on. I'm seeing muddy, obscure, cloud, and blur. Obfuscate. Is there anything else? Is this obvious bait? I don't think so. Let's go for it. Okay, obfuscate. It's fun when you get exactly the title correct, too. I find it doesn't always happen, but it is funny when you can figure out what they would use to describe the word connections. All right, what else have we got here? We have fortune, time, people. What's the 4th magazine? Is it Wire or... I know Gallup is like a polling service. I don't know if they have a newspaper magazine as well. We also have Wire, Check, Cash, and Charge, which are all different ways of paying for things. Payment methods? Yeah, payment methods. So then we have time, people, and fortune. What is the other set looking like? Because we might be able to figure it out in reverse. Yes. Yes, not quite the same kind of charge as I'm used to thinking about with knights, but you know, it still counts. And Gallup's in here too. We have a quark, a spin, a ping, a cur, and a gallop we have to combine. I think it's gallop because it's spelled this way. Because normally gallop is Gallup for the horse. So I think OP is the other one. But I don't know what's going on with these 4 yet. I can see this could be one where you can add another letter to most of them, like cure and spine, but that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Are these words where you have to change one of the letters in the middle? Quirk? No, I don't think so. I'm not sure what's going on with these. I'm going to test this because I think these all go together. No, one's wrong. Okay, so it's definitely 3 of these, but not all 4 of them. I don't know what the other magazine could be if it's not Quark as a science magazine, though. So, what are we looking at with the others? Hmm. Spin and ping use mostly the same letters, but I don't think that's it. Because none of the other words here do. We have like, if we're adding letters, which we often are when the words are so short, then this could be like curse or curve, cure, curt. But then these don't really fit in the same way, so it might not be adding letters. What else could we have here? We do have some quantum elements, like Eisen was saying, like quarks, spin, but I don't really see how the other ones would fit into that either. What else could we be looking at here? Is it not newspapers? Because that does seem to me like that last section is newspaper. The third one is newspapers, or magazines, rather. It could also, because like of the words that are left, if there's another newspaper and it's not Gallup, it's not ping or cur. It could be spin or quark. This could be like a news about science, and this could be like, yeah, I don't know, something about advertising or some other kind of newspaper. So if it's these four or these four, what does that leave us with the rest? Because I cannot imagine there is a magazine called Cur, and I doubt there's a magazine called Ping. So what does this give us to, then? Are these... How do I combine? So, because Gallup is spelled wrong, I feel like there's gotta be a letter replacement thing going on here. I see it, I think. I do see it. It is, okay. It is gallon, quart, pint, and cup. Yes, units of volume with the last letter changed. Wow. Man, I'm struggling today. And then these are newspapers or magazines? Yes. Oh, man. I don't know why we're having such a hard time today, but we're having a rough one. Let's take a look at our next puzzle here. We're going to jump over to strands. For a quick reminder how this game works, the premise is we are trying to use all of these letters once in words that can cross over each other but have to be directly beside each other. And there'll be one word that goes all the way across horizontally or vertically that'll give us some more information. So our intermission mission could be like getting popcorn. There's a popcorn right here. If I could just grab that. Is it snack run? Is that the kind of thing we're looking for? Concession? The bathroom? What are we looking at here? We have fries. It must be food. It must be food. What else? How do we... What, beer? I guess. Okay. What are we doing with this? How do we make a vertical word here? Because candy is almost certainly one of them. And I see the session. Oh, here it is. It is concession. I just couldn't see it. Okay, it's concessions plural. Soda, water, and pretzel. Okay, that was a nice easy one, even if I can't spell pretzel. Get there, done. Sometimes this game, you sit there staring at a blank puzzle for ages and can't figure it out, and then some days you get it right away. Wordle time. Let's mix it up again here. Do something a little different. We are trying to figure out what our keyword here is in the fewest number of intermediary steps. So what are we calling our first word going to be today? I always pick a random word. I think I'm going to use guys today. There's an I, an S, and an E. Okay. Let's see then. What do we want to use here to go next? We do... No, I can't use those words because they put the E in the wrong place. I was thinking like singe, but there's no G and the E can't be at the end. Can we do resin? I like the look of that. Uses some good letters, moves our known letters around. Let's see what it says. No, but we do have an R, and none of the other letters except for the S go where I put them. Okay, so that means it's probably something something S-E-R. Right? It's probably that. There could be an E at the beginning or in the fourth position, but having the S there does make that seem pretty likely. So it's probably something I-S-E-R. Maybe miser? This gives us a decent way to check it. Is it miser? No, but it is that shape. Ugh, what is it then? Wiser, riser. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm assuming it's one of those two now. But I don't love it because it ends in ER. They don't usually like doing words like that. Are there any others that I missed that would be a better fit? I don't think so. Oh, you're right. It can't be riser because the first letter has an R there. Well, let's try wiser. It is, in fact, wiser. I don't love that. They don't normally do, like, words with modifiers, four-letter word modifiers at the end. But we got it, so we'll take it. I do love looking at this, though. Whenever I do the Wordle, I like seeing what it thinks of my guesses. WordleBot tells you, oh, okay, looks like we picked pretty optimal words. Sometimes my optimal word choice is very low, but my luck is much higher, and sometimes it goes this way instead. So, after guys, there were only 19 words in the pool. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. It never scores your first word against your actual score, which I appreciate because I like picking random words. Resin got us down to only two options, wiser and miser, and then we picked one of them, and then we picked the other one. Why does it say that miser was a 97 skill when there's only two choices? That's weird. Why don't you like miser? That's weird. I don't know why it thinks that. What do you mean 1.1 steps to solve? Like, there's only one other word at that point. I don't understand. I don't understand, but we did pretty good. Let's do the spelling bee now. We're running through all these games pretty fast. Let me make sure I can actually, where'd it go? Fit everything on the screen. That should be okay, but the text box here does go a little bit off the bottom. So let me just drop this down a little more. We don't need the whole top section there. That still goes off the bottom, doesn't it? Only just barely, though. It should be fine. All right, so we are trying to make words here that all use the central letter, and they have to be at least 4 letters wrong. So, like, plenty. If I could spell, this game would be a lot easier. Plenty. We have, like, pill and pile. We have lint, line, linen. What else have we got here? We have little. We have entitle and just title. We have a couple of interesting word shapes in here that could be relevant. We'll have to see how it comes together. We have tile as well. We have lilt. Getting all the little ones out the way so we can think more about the bigger parts. Will it accept Telly? I didn't think so. Will it accept Nelly? No, but it will accept Lily. We have Intel. It'll like that one. We have... Have I done Tel yet? Until? Nope. Okay. Lent. We still haven't found a word that actually uses all the letters, and there's always at least one. I keep seeing, the problem is they have to have the central word. So I see like entity. Doesn't work because there is no L in it. Is like plenty a word? No, looks like it's not. But what else can we use here? Right? The L's just causing troubles for us. We have yell. Are there any other words that use the Y at the start? I can't imagine there's that many with this combination of things. Plentily. Oh. No, it doesn't like plentily either. Ineptly is a good one. Very nice. I was thinking inept earlier, but I forgot you can stick the ly on the end. Because inept on its own doesn't have an L in it, so it's no good. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. We do need a lot of points to actually get to the end. We're at 59 now, and we need 157 to get to genius. So there's a lot of words that I am not seeing as it starts. So there's also penitently. There's another one. The fact that there's a lot of lees that don't actually have L's in them, I think is going to really give us a hard time. Because, like, intently, there's so many words that we have to consider here, even though the only L they have in them is at the end. Teenily. Unsurprising, teenily is not a word, but it would be funny if it was. We have pelt. Is petitely a word that it'll accept if I could spell it? No. Tinily? Tinnily? Not tinnily, but yes, tinily. What else can we do here? We can do Leapt, yeah. It doesn't like leapt, apparently. It has an A in it. L-E-A-P-T. Penile? I mean, it might accept it. Yeah, I thought so. Good one, Fuchsia. What else are we dealing with here? We have... Pettily? In the style of being petty. I'm kind of surprised that petitely didn't work. But it seems not, so we move on. What else do we have here? There's probably a bunch that start with E that we haven't found. Entitle is good, but there's also elite. Elitely? I guess not. Pity doesn't have an L. Pellet is a good one. We have anything else that has an E in it? I don't think it accepts titty. No, nice try though. You're on the ball with penile, but not so much with this one. One of the things that I keep seeing that I can't do is like pylon and nylon, but we don't have an O, so we can't do that one. But I keep seeing it. Let's scramble the letters just to mix things up for us. Tilt, definitely. Tilty, I don't think so. We have telly, but I don't know what to do with it. What else do we have? We could go for more like... No, we have an N, not a P, so it can't be like limply. And N, so not limit. I don't think pilly is one it will accept, no. We have... Ite? Can we do anything with ite? Because like light will probably count. Plight won't because it's P-L-I-G-H-T. Plinth needs another H. Yelp is a good one, yeah. What else could we go with here? We have still like 30 points to go, so there's a lot of letters still in the pool right now that we're not seeing. Lentil, ooh, there's a fun one. One thing that's often I find helpful to do is just to go around all of the different potential starting letters and see what combinations you have and haven't done. So like, can I do anything with EY, EYE, eyeline? Doesn't like it. But running through all of the different options, like EP, can we do anything with that? We could do a pay, but doesn't have an L in it. Working through all the different combinations there can be a good way to see what you haven't done yet. And I feel like there's probably more ENs. There's inlet for sure if we have eyelet. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got it there, Carno. Good stuff. Inlet. I'm not seeing many things with E or Y, though. There's, like... We got some people. Obviously, that's not going to work. But, what do we have that we can work with here? There's only 2 words that we've got with starting with Y, but that's actually a pretty surprisingly good number of words that start with Y, so I don't know if there's going to be more than that. It's big sleeking energy. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, sometimes you put something in and you're like, I don't know if this is right. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. So, what could we otherwise be working with here? Is there... Can it be Ely? It can be Ely. There you go. In the manner of an eel, I guess. We have... Oh, Leon is good. Yeah. Is there anything iliac, illy? Yes, illy. There you go. What else have we got going on in here? I don't see anything else in the I yet. If we look at our L words, we've got lent and lentil. Is there anything else we can do with LE? We've got... Discovering a honeycomb arrangement is not conducive to your spelling ability. Right? It is tricky. Is it ley line? Oh, come on. Ley line is such a good word. Ah. All right. Well, what else can we do here then? Lennon? Is there anything else here? We did leapt already? Oh, we tried it, but it's wrong because it needs an A. Okay. Maybe there's not a whole lot else here going with the LE. Letty. All right, moving on. Moving on. We got a bunch of LI options already, but are there more of them? LI seems like a pretty good starting word. We do a Pokemon here with a Litten. We have what? Lin. I did line already, right? Yeah, we did. We did lint, yeah. Did we do the lintel? I don't know how to spell that. Maybe that's... Maybe I'm just making a word up here. Did lilt? Yeah, I don't know. I think we've got most of the LIs I can think of. I can imagine there's more, but I'm not seeing them right now. Liniment? We don't have an M. Litly? No. I'll try it, just so you can see it. No, but no. Lenient. Ooh, there's another good LE word. Nice. And then leniently. That gives us a lot of points right there. Okay. Yeah, they get hard sometimes. It doesn't look like we have any words starting with an N. I feel like that's probably wrong. There's got to be something here that has... We've got nettle? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I feel like there had to be something there with an N. These are tricky sometimes. Now, we've got 160 points here out of 38 words. There is a challenge to find every word, and I rarely do it. Because sometimes they get real tough towards the end. So I think we're going to settle for genius. That's good enough for me. So let's leave this one here for now. Nipple, you're right. Let's put it in there for the fuchsia triple here with nipple, penile, and titty. Fantastic. All right, let's head over back to the crossword and mix it up. So, where do I get to the archive from here? We go down this way. Crossword archives. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to go back and do the Friday crossword today. If it goes fast, we might do another one. If it goes slow, we might stop after just this one. But I think we're going to do the Friday to start. This one's probably going to be pretty hard. The week generally does get more difficult. It's not quite the hardest, but it's definitely going to be up there. So let's get into it and see what we got. I do love me a good crossword. A rush order could be like ASAP, but it could also be like now. I'm gonna put ASAP in here just as a we've got something in, but I'm gonna leave it in uncertain text. Political commentator Piker, I believe that's Hassan. Like a workhorse. Not sure what they're looking for there yet. We'll need more letters. An animal sanctuary. I'm not sure what that is either. Could be like a habitat of some kind, but I don't see that fitting the right number of letters. Kachina carving people? I have no idea. Going against the grain. It's got a question mark, so it's almost certainly a joke of some kind. I'm not sure what that's looking for yet. A sign to be read or sign to be read. Not sure there either. Easy peasy sounds like no problem. Oh, no, it's one letter too short. Okay. Not sure then. Pesos or euros are currency. Let's check these verticals here. Basic. Not sure. Can we get any of these to confirm this to start with? A dating app listing. I don't know much about dating apps, so I'm not sure exactly what that is. Things that send people into hiding. A fling? It might not be Hassan, but I think it is. All right, well, I don't know what any of those are, so let's just keep moving. Work our way through the horizontals and then switch to the verticals like I normally like to do, because this is giving us a hard time. Knack for details, say, is probably an I. The world's capital split by the world's longest river. World capital split by the world's longest river. I am uncertain about this one. I should know my world's longest river, but I'm not sure if it's the Nile or if it's some other long river. I don't know which one's which. Some scenery in the Roadrunner show. Cacti? Fair ways to go. It's obviously a joke, and probably around the fact that it uses fare as in like bus fare and not fare as in F-A-I-R. Law with an individual mandate provision for short. No idea. Athlete nicknamed O'Ray. Nope. Farm female. Could be a bunch of things. Could be a sow. Could be a ewe. Do we have any things here that would give us? A stink. Could be like an odor. That would be more like sow. What do we have on here? This is farm female again, which is probably you. Okay, that gives us something. That gives us something to work from. Giant Jesus. I assume this is the one in Rio, but I can't remember what he's called. We'll come back to that. Words before confirming something. Too long. We need a couple more letters for that, I think. Fundamentals probably ends in an S. Oh, you're right. That's Christ the Redeemer. That doesn't fit. Gym circuit is a lap, if I could spell. Remove unceremoniously. Could be like boot. Exec who leads software engineers is the chief technical officer. Philosophy of a devil's advocate. It's a question mark, so it's almost certainly a joke. Danish money is krona, I think. Step heavily is probably stomp. Word repeated in with a with a moo moo here and a moo moo there. Old MacDonald had a farm. I don't know about that one. I'm gonna put moo in for now though. Feels sympathy for in a way. I'm not sure off the top here. Publishes an expose, say? Reveals? Not long enough. It'll warm your buns. An oven. Biological building blocks. Nucleic acid? No, there's no way that's gonna fit, even if I could spell it. Right, all the other animal stuff? Exactly. Get spent. I don't know what that means. Be gentle in quotes. Give guff. Yeah, DNA, except really long. Desirable feature. Gukesh Dormoraju, upon becoming world chess champion in 2024. I don't know. All right, let's come back to some verticals, and that'll give us some more to work with here. Although, bad start. Texas A&M athlete, I have no idea. Like foods that increased thirst are salty. So, oops. So, the ASAP is looking good. Aggie? I don't know Aggie. Is that a thing? Tickle here. Not sure about that one. Pro-vegan org is PETA, so I think ASAP is pretty confidently correct now. Applies a certain hair dye to, I don't know anything about. Fling could either be like... Oh, agriculture, the A and A&M. Okay. I have no idea what that's about, but that's some big United States lore that I have no idea what it is. This could be gated. What do we have here? Going against the grain. Gluten-free. All right, what do we have here? It's a snap, maybe? That would make tickle... Is it abuse? That doesn't seem right. Amuse. It's amuse. It's a game reserve? No. Not sure about that. Let's go back to the verticals that I'm trying to work on. This, I'm still not sure about. Fling. Affair. Things that tend to send people into hiding. Serpent, no. Surprise parties, no. Surprise. I think it's surprise parties. I'm taking this out. Yeah, surprise parties. Date app listing. Age, presumably. Basic. This is a game refuge. Basic need, maybe? We have beamed. Maybe ending in A? I'm not confident about that cacti one. Zillow data. I don't know what that's going on for. Dramatic outerwear for the theater. It's like a something coat. I don't know what kind of coat they want, but some kind of coat. Very old-fashioned sort. I'm not sure. We don't have enough to go off there. Some adopted pets are rescues. Pings for short. I'm taking cacti out. I'm not confident about it anymore. Is this dinero? because pesos are used in Mexico and euros are used in Spain. And dinero is money in Spanish. Cairo would be the Nile. I'm okay with that. What is this? This IMs, instant messages. Sandwiches that are neither kosher nor halal. BLTs, probably? This looks like bus rides here at 26. I can't resist going back to the other words when I'm seeing them. Drinking game. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to come back to it. Modern urban transportation options. No, I'm not sure what's going on there yet either. Reunion attendee informally is an alum, I would say, but that would mean this is wrong. Could be oust. Okay, lotto prizes are jackpots. Greeting often followed by como vai. It's probably hola, como vai. Hello, how are you? I don't know what exact language that is. Maybe Portuguese? British engineer James, no idea. Be a hero, say. Not sure. Get it? No, I don't know what that one's going for. Viral 2010s dance that Hillary Clinton performed on TV. No idea. I don't watch a lot of American TV or care much about their political candidates most of the time. We'll come back to that once we have a keyword. I'm sure it'll make a lot of sense once we have a bit more. This makes no sense. Not sure. Poker hand known as a Wayne Gretzky. Is it just nines? Because I think Wayne Gretzky was 99. I'm not sure about that. My sports knowledge is also not the best. It has more than 4,000 islands off its coast. I don't know. The pre-transformation self. These are tricky ones. Actress Elizabeth of Eternity. I don't know my actors very well. It's a long story. It could be a tale or an epic. A saga. Let's do saga here, and this could be pities. I don't know if that's spelled correctly, but we'll come back to it. This being AE, I don't love. Maybe it's not pities. We'll leave the saga in, though. I like that. Participant in the Jacobite Rebellion of the 1740s. That I don't know. Approaches in brief. Nope. All right, let's switch back over to the horizontals and see what we can do with this. Like a workhorse, still not sure. Kachina carving people, still not sure. Sign to be read, no. Some scenery in the Roadrunner show. Probably starting with M. It's all like desert roads. I'm not sure what that would be. Mesas? Oh yeah, mesas is good. We'll put that in. I don't like the coat one still, but we'll see what else we can do with this. Still don't know who the athlete is. Giant Jesus. I still have no idea what that's going to be. This is probably just so we're aligned, just so we're... I don't know what that last word's going to be. Does this tell us anything? Oh, clear. Yeah, clear. Good call. Fundamentals, ABCs. Philosophy of a Devil's Advocate. Not sure yet there either. This could be like Tromp or Tramp. I still feel like this could be pities. A drinking game. Pub trivia. Is this Pele? E-scooters? Yeah, okay. That gives us a lot in there. This does look like pities again. If Giant Jesus is a god, that'd be silly. I agree. I agree. Publishes an expose, say. Still not sure. Biological building blocks. Be gentle. Go easy on me? Yeah, that looks right. Desirable feature. I'm not sure what that one's trying to be. And I don't know about Gukesh Domoraju. Let's switch back to the verticals again. Amino acids. Good call. Good call. Ugh. Good call. That means that's probably asset. Because approaches being MOs is like modus operandis. So that does make sense. This is Tramp. This is Nene. This is I'm Lost. This is a Tells All. This is a Scott. Oop. This is Maine, I guess. This is the old me. This is Elizabeth Olsen. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. We're getting somewhere way faster than the Wednesday one. What do we have here? Still don't know who this is. This is cosplay. This is Satanism. Giant Jesus, I still don't know. Yeah, Carnotaurus, it looks like it was Watt because of Satanism. This top right corner is throwing me for a bit of a loop, though. Beamed. The fact that it doesn't end in a D is kind of weird. I'm not confident about dinero, because beamed could be like smile, but the fact that beamed is past tense means that the answer is probably also past tense. So like shown, I guess it's shown, because the fact that beamed is past tense means this needs to be. Signed to be read. Like a workhorse. I'm thinking like strong. All the words I can think of aren't 4 letters is the problem. Kachina carving people, I have no idea. It could be like, I don't remember exactly how you spell it is the problem. Like the happy or the hopey? But I don't love... Oh, it's opera coat. This is definitely opera coat, which increases the likelihood that this is happy and hopey significantly. A very old-fashioned sort is a dinosaur. Giant Jesus. I still don't know what to do with that. Law with an individual mandate. I still don't know what to do with that. Sign to be read is open. This is either A or O. I don't remember which one. A workhorse is shod because they have horseshoes. Zillow data. Well, I don't know what Zillow does. That is making this a little bit difficult to pin down. It could be an omen. Yeah, it might not be open. I feel like... Is it home sales? No, something is wrong. Because Zillow does apartments, right? I think that's what they do, or something like that. I think Zillow's real estate, so home sales would make sense. But something in here is wrong. So I guess we need to go back through and figure out what it is. So let's do a quick rundown of our clues and see if they all make sense. ASAP is a rush order? Yes. Hassan Piker? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's right. Like a workhorse being shod means they have horseshoes, that's right. A game refuge or an annual sanctuary makes sense. Kashina carving people could be the Hopi. I don't know, but that seems reasonable. Gluten-free is a great answer for going against the grain. A sign to be read could be an omen. That makes sense in the context that we have here. It's a snap makes sense as easy peasy. Pesos and euros being dinero makes sense because they're both money in Spanish countries. A knack for details being an eye makes sense. Cairo being the world's capital makes sense. Mesas, yes. Bus rides makes sense. I don't know anything about this. I have no idea. That could be something. Pele being nicknamed Ore, I've never heard of that, but I can assume that might be accurate. A sow is a farm female. Alu, I don't know why that would be the answer. That one I'm not sure about either. Just so we're clear makes sense. ABCs, yep. Lap. Oust makes sense. CTO. Satanism. Krona. Tramp. Moo. Pities. Tells all. An oven. Amino acids. Tire, yep. Go easy on me. Sass, yep. Asset and teen. Okay. Most of the horizontals make sense to me, except for Alu. I don't know what that is talking about. So that might be where our mistake is, but let's do the downs and see if we make any more obvious context here. Aggie, I don't know about this, but people seem confident that's right. Salty, yep. Amuse. Pita. Hennas. I didn't realize henna was hair dye, but I guess it is. Affair. Surprise parties, yep. Age. Need. Shown. Home sales. Home sales could be wrong. I don't know what else it would be, but I don't know about that one still. I think home is correct, but I'm not confident about sales. Opera coat, I'm pretty confident on. Dinosaur, yep. Rescues are adopted pets. IMs are pings. Odor is stink. BLTs are sandwiches that aren't kosher. U is a farm female. Drinking game is a pub trivia. E-scooters, yep. An alum is a reunion attendee. Jackpots are lotto prizes. Hola, como vai? Makes sense to me as well. James Watt. Cosplay. This one, I think, is wrong. It must be Krone? Yes, it was Krone. I thought it was Krona, but it's Krone. There we go. We found the problem. Which means that it is, in fact, Alu. I don't know what that is, but we got there. This is the way you gotta try and figure it out when something's wrong. You gotta go through until an answer doesn't make sense. And SAE for this didn't make any sense. Whew. All right. This was actually like almost half as long as the Wednesday from this week, so that's kind of crazy. We'll do one more, and then I think I'm going to wrap up the stream there for today, but I do feel like doing one more crossword with us first. So let's jump back into the archives, and we'll do this Saturday, because Saturdays are usually fun. All right. Get ourselves lined up here. There we go. And let's go again. Okay. Jesus Alu, baseball player. Oh, does he play on the team that's the Giants? That's absolutely going to be what it is, isn't it? All right. Parts of a story structure. Yeah, San Francisco Giants. Course. Good call. Parts of a story structure could be chapters, could be acts. None of those are the right length, though, and it is a question mark, which means it's probably a joke. Case managers, again, probably a joke. Lead in to go. It's not ready, set. It's not on your marks. It could be get set. We'll leave that in for now. No more for me. I'm full, but that leaves 2 letters left over. A gym amenity is like a sauna, a steam room. It could just be a shower, but that's not really an amenity. It is, because not a lot of them have that, but... What can we do anything with this to figure out if either of these are right? Block housing. Classic poem whose sole surviving manuscript is kept in the British Library. And so forth. Something and it shall be given you. Might be so. Encounter could be meet. Go way off. I don't know. I don't know. Something in here is wrong, and I don't know what it is yet. I'll leave those in there for now, but I think there's a mistake in there. Words before a teaser to the following episode. Next time? Oops. Ask makes sense. Yeah, ask and it shall be given you. I like that. I'm not sure what this would make the gym amenity, but that does make sense to me. Be behind could be like... no, it can't be back. It could be lag. What there's no accounting for, there's no accounting for taste. Notable city in civil rights history. I'm not sure which that one is looking for yet. On the outs, I believe, means not friendly. On the rocks would be more sense to me, but it's too long. Chucks slangily. Is that yeets? This is stray. I think this is yeets. All right. We have stink, which could be like odor. I'm not sure. I like how they use chuck because it's already kind of a slangy way of throwing, and that's the way they indicate that it's even slangier than that with yeets. It's not nice to walk in this. Not sure. Game with shooters. Also not sure. Brady Bunch, but it's a question mark. Athletic activity spun off from parkour. Bouldering? No, that's spun off from, what would be the parkour one? I'm not sure. Because bouldering is like a version of rock climbing. Things that are tough on the outside and doughy on the inside. Free running. Good. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Might not be correct, but it does fit. This is a question mark, so it's probably a joke. Impulsive as a decision. Reserved is maybe shy. Scuffle could be like fight, but I don't think that's it. This is temps. So I'm not sure what's going on there yet. Sculptor Jeff, known for his steel balloon animals. I think I've heard of these, but I don't know the name. Very busy with up, could be tied up. Word with corn or cough. That's probably syrup. Love you is... might be like XOXO, but that's pretty weird. One with a bridle or one who's not bridle is a groom, probably? Is this moi? It might be moi. All right, debate could be argue. We have not going anywhere is like staying or something like that. Can we do something with this? I have no idea who the Hawaii senator is. Gadzooks. Could be ye gods. Could still be argue. All right, let's put argue in here for now, and if we have to come back to it, we will. Titular Dr. Seuss character, the Lorax. Amazon affiliate on TV. Ooh, I don't know. Could be a couple different Dr. Seuss characters, but I think the Lorax is a reasonable shot at this one. Because this is sweet and sour. So that does mean that there's an R in the middle, so I'm putting the Lorax. What's your... I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. Accepted defeat in modern parlance. Not sure. We're doing pretty good for only being on the ASL. I don't think so, also, but maybe. It could be that. Heavy, I don't know. Not accepting, perhaps. I'm not sure. Join arms is a question mark. Cavalry member in Russia, historically. There's the Hussars, right? I think that's... I don't know my military historical units that well, but I think they're the Hussars. Twee... Let's get some verts going here, because I think we have a lot of potential lines that we can get working here. Block housing. Let's see what we've got going here. Classic poem. I don't know what's going on with that one yet either. And so forth. Looks like etc. So it's probably not lag. If it's etc., this is a locker. That would mean that this is Beowulf. This is I-beams. Or some kind of beams? Igloos? They're block housing? Okay, come on. Igloos are block housing. Sure. Chill, maybe. I'm not sure how we use the X on that. That could be wrong. Creatures that attack Isengard in fantasy are Ents. Total. Word with paper or humor. Toilet. Lax is what I was thinking, but yeah, I guess it means chill. That's fine. That works. I doubted it for some reason. Breezed along. It sounds like coasted, but it doesn't fit. Big cuts is a joke. We'll get back to that. Digital provocateur. Let's switch over to switch over to 15 across for a second. No more for me. This is an internet troll. And we'll come back to I want something later, because I'm not seeing it. Breach. No, I don't see that one yet. Visionary people are seers, because they have visions. Valuable commodity in Dune is spice. Have a nosh is like eat. But because it uses nosh, it's probably like a Britishism. This is probably traps. I'm not sure what that's looking for yet. This is an armored... Is this armored cars? Why are they doughy on the inside? I'm not sure. They've been played. Could be a bunch of things. I'm not sure what that's going for yet. Stuck under a blanket, perhaps. Could be swaddled? But then MD doesn't make any sense. This is split second, so it's not swaddled. Armored core would be pretty funny, but I do think it looks like it's snack. What is this? This is security. It's craps. Security. Don't know yet, but security makes sense. This is maybe set 2. Roles are played. Oh, I'm not sure what that's going to be. Makeup exam with a question mark means it's a joke. Not going anywhere. Not sure yet. I don't know who the Hawaii senator is. This is probably Ye Gods. Snuggled, I was thinking, yeah, but I don't know why that's stuck under a blanket. That's what I liked about swaddled. But, I don't know. Oh, snowed in. That fits moi again. Yeah. Good call. We're putting moi back. Snowed in makes a lot of sense. Because it's a blanket of snow. Absolutely. Love that. This could be any letters for the last name. What do we have for the end here? Put up your dukes. Blanched is like paled. Mountain said to house Hephaestus's forges. Oh, is it Mount Etta? I think it's Mount Etta. Amazon affiliate on TV. I have no idea what that might be. Grabbin' Grape Juice brand? No clue. And actor Mahershala. I'm not familiar with that by the name. Let's go back up to the top. We're doing pretty good here, though. It's only been 13 minutes, and we got most of the middle solved, I think. Case managers. Ali. Could be Ellie. I'll keep that in mind once you get back down there. I don't know. No more for me. I don't know. There's weird ones. Notable city in civil rights is Salem. The Salem witch trials. Stink is probably Reek. The Brady Bunch. I'm still not sure. Can we do anything with this here? No more for me, meaning I want one seems weird because that's not the same thing. It could be that. It fits, but I don't know why. I guess it's saying I don't want two, I only want one. Yeah, okay. I can see it. Breezed along. Well, this is almost certainly ending in D. Something in here doesn't seem right still. I don't know what exactly it is, but something in here is wrong. Probably reek. This is maybe utter? Is it not Salem? And that's sleuths? And then this is... Is Selma a notable history and city rights? Let's put this in the question mark text here for a minute. If this is like hummed, then it could be I want out. These would be steaks. That does work for me. Okay, let's leave that for now. I'm not 100% certain about those, but that looks all right. What are we looking at down here? Accepted defeat in modern parlance. That would be... Took the L? What do we have here? This is static. I have no idea who this person is. Not accepting, perhaps. In denial? It's Etna, not Etta. I spelled it wrong. In denial. And this is Cossack. Security leak. Yeah, that all looks right to me. Okay, last corner. I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it. Heavy. Loaded, maybe? I'm not confident about that one, but let's just put it in here so we got something. Join arms. The question mark makes that one a hard one. Twee. We thought it was Ali here, right? Join arms, though? Makeup exam, I'm also not sure about. Shabby shelter, I don't remember seeing this clue. What's your ETA? Makes a lot of sense to me. This could be shanty. Yeah, exactly. Shanty Carnotaurus. Then this isn't. This is probably leaden. And that would mean, yeah, exactly, Ginger. Leaden for heavy. Then makeup exam is like, no, I don't know. Xena? This is enlist, so it does look like it could be Xena. This is dainty. And it's a DNA test. Hey, we got there! It's funny to me that the fastest puzzle we did today was the Saturday? That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get the clues, sometimes you don't. And just for context, because we haven't done one of these on stream before, I'll do one more, but I'm gonna do a Monday and we're gonna blitz it. The Mondays generally go so fast. So just for an idea of how much easier the Mondays are, here we go. We'll see how long it takes us to blitz a Monday. Speed round. Mark of an old injury is a scar. Some Egyptian reptiles would be this. We'll come back to that one. Sleep in the great outdoors would be camp. The name game? Name song? Name game? This would be sounds made with the fingers. It snaps. Shadowy plotting. Groot is unsure. Offerings on a hotel list. Don't know. Race as an engine is Rev. Let's come back over to here. Smell really bad is probably reek again. Reef around a lagoon. Not sure. Faddish 1980s plush toy. Company behind the game Centipede is Atari. Motor Trend, worked at as a trade, is Plied. Reef around a lagoon is an atoll. Popular character actor in both The Godfather and Barney Miller. I don't know people actors very well. Expression of proportion is a ratio. A gold seeker's tool is a pan. A guided visit is a tour. They save the day is heroes. Viscous goo is slime. Avian metaphor for a romantic couple is lovebirds. We also have VEBI in the circles. They're probably used in all the circles. Short-term employee is a temp. Anger is ire. Two of a kind is a pair. Waffle House alternative is IHOP. Diva's big moments. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Might be arias. We have Care Bear, which does fit with arias. Part of the federal government that includes the presidency. That's one of those government names. This is looking like Cabal. What do we have here? Offerings. This is amenities. We have Best Picture Oscar winner set partially in Iran. That's Argo. Korean city is Seoul. Pascal of the Mandalorian is Pedro Pascal. Reggae adjacent genre is ska. It was asps. I couldn't remember the name of the snake. I had a feeling that's what it was. Tabloid twosome. I don't know what that is. Maybe STEM? We'll come back to it. Executive branch is a great call here. If I could spell again, this game would be much easier. Amber or myrrh. This is purr. That's an axe. That's merci. This is a resin. This is maybe nary a soul. That's a buy, so that looks right. That's Hindu or Hindi. I'm not sure which one they want there. Slushy frozen band treat is an ice-y. Bummed out is sad. Comfort. Not sure about that one. I'll come back. Cinema lover is movie buff. Partners for ladies informally is probably gents. Works of Rossini and Bellini. I'm not sure. We'll get back to that. Running behind schedule is probably late. Helpful hint is maybe a tip. Move with swagger, I'm not sure. An off-putting aura, or what 17, 25, 40, and 50 across each have. This must be an I, because we know that they all have bad vibes. That's what it is. No? It's definitely vibes. Because they all have scrambled vibes. Move with stealth is probably sneak. Farmland area unit is probably acre. Satanic? I don't know. Must have kind of terrier named after a Scottish island. Shade of green named after a duck. Let's do the verts here. We should be able to fix these up. That's raise. Carrot on a stick metaphorically is incentive. So it's actually not vibes. It's vibe. Because incentive goes there. Voted out of office is unseated, so it's not sneak. Muscles in a six-pack is abs. Got older is aged. Carpet on a forest floor is probably moss. Agree to accept marketing emails is opt-in. Salsa verde. Gloating winners proclamation is... This is almost certainly operas. That is strut. Probably I rule. Sidle makes sense and need. Tiny particle could be a fleck. Tinkerbell is a fairy. Lower leg bone is the tibia. Compete in a bee is spell. Home for a nest is a tree. Used to be is was. And animal doc is vet. Oh, we got a square wrong somewhere. Almost got it in 6 minutes. All right, Isle of Skye makes a lot of sense here too. So let's do a quick rundown. Where is our mistake? Scar makes sense. Asps makes sense. Camp, yes. The name game, yep. Reek, yes. Atoll has 2 L's. Done. 554. Easy peasy. Sometimes you just put the wrong letter in a square and you have to go back and realize it later. So Mondays are way easier. The main thing that you probably could notice compared to the other puzzles that we were doing is that almost always the first word you think of is designed to be the right answer in the Monday puzzles. As you go through the harder puzzles, the clues get a little bit more complicated. They try to get a little trickier. And sort of by design, it's trying to make you think around the question, whereas the earlier ones in the week are easier to just say the first thing that comes to your mind, and that's probably what they wanted you to pick. So the design of these crosswords is really interesting to make them meaningfully different day to day. So they do a pretty good job of scaling the challenge, even if some days the Wednesday here takes us 30 minutes and the Saturday from the day before takes us 19. But that's just how it goes sometimes. So I think that's where we're going to wind up calling it for here. It's been just around 2 hours. Thanks for joining me for Wordy Wednesday. Quick update, if you're curious, is that I'm going to have to be moving this stream to Tuesdays instead, starting next week, because my Tuesday activity is switching to Wednesdays. So if you're looking to keep an eye on these, that's where they'll be moving to. Hopefully that's not too disruptive for folks, but I will hope to see you then. Either way, the other thing that's worth noting is if you missed any streams and you want to catch them up, they're going up on YouTube on my stream archive channel there, which you should be able to find if you just look for VOV stream archives. But either way, with that out of the way, I'm going to hop out of here and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.